encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
He's gonna slide and make a great catch.
Rookie, a nice play.
That was really nice.
Web jam at third.
Another fine play down at third by Kaz Okamoto.
Throw coming towards the plate, and he's out! And Martin with a seed to the plate.
At the wall, he jumps. He has it. Church comes down with it.
He brought another one back. Diving stop, Montgomery. Throw to first. Dug out by Murakami.
Ring the bell, baby.
Copper to third. This will be a tough play for Schmidt. And he made it. And have a day.
Hernandez going back, and he makes the catch.
Geraldo Perdomo starts a gorgeous double play.
Bobby Witt Jr. scoops, spins, throws, got him! One superstar throws out another.
Foot race is on. Slow bouncer Machado, bare hands, and they got him at first.
A really fine play by Jazz Chisholm going to his right.
And he makes a jumping catch against the wall. That was not an easy play.
No, it was not.
Pirates Baseball on SNP is presented by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates. Because life, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. By Cohen Markets, learn how to save 20 cents off per gallon every time you visit. By your Western PA Chevy dealers, Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Pittsburgh. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. Having some fun in the dugout moments ago. Trying to keep things loose. And looking for a W. The youngsters on hand for this final game of this series on a chilly afternoon in Pittsburgh. Things are going to warm up and be much better this weekend. But at the moment, it's 46 degrees. Feels like 37. As we're about ready to step into May. Neil Walker, what is going on?
I'm not sure.
Can you explain things?
We're dressed warmly up here.
Yes.
So, not totally out of the elements. Nonetheless, we need a win, Greg. And we need one in a bad way with the Cincinnati Reds coming to town this weekend. And who better but Paul Skenes to be towing the rubber for us after 3 tough losses against division rival St. Louis.
Yeah, talking to Don Kelly, it's been kind of a gut punch series, hasn't it, with what happened on Monday, the perfectly planned out and executed for a while anyway, the bullpen game, literally perfect baseball up until the 7th inning and leading 2-0, and the Cardinals struck for 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning to beat Dennis Santana and the Pirates, and then they were beaten 11-7 with Braxton Ashcraft on the mound Tuesday. Didn't get out of the 5th inning. Hunter Barco finished things up, so saved the bullpen. And then last night, a 5-4 loss as the Pirates had so many opportunities to score and win that ball game. They were 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. So they look toward their ace and the reigning Cy Young Award winner, Paul Skenes, who, by the way, is looking for his first career win against the Cardinals. Despite a .239 lifetime ERA against the Redbirds, he hasn't won any start yet. His 7 previous outings against them. We check out the lineup, and J.J. Weatherholt has been a big factor in this series. Ivan Herrera, always, as you check out his numbers, 9 games against the Pirates, a .444 career hitter against the Bucks. Alec Burleson will follow, and Burleson had an opposite field home run last night, key to the victory. Jordan Walker, Nolan Gorman follow, and then it's Mason Wynn, Nathan Church, Pedro Pajes, and Victor Scott.
And the Car Shield numbers for Paul, 7th start for him, 4-1 with a 2.48, as Greg mentioned. 29 innings, 30 strikeouts, and that sterling opponent average at 141.
Interesting, those numbers that we showed you at the outset in our open. where he's among the league leaders in a number of departments. Those aren't official. Like, he would not qualify for the ERA title. He's got the best whip in baseball, 0.72, but he doesn't have enough innings. That's really stunning because of that early exit opening day. That certainly cost him in terms of innings. Levin Furniture and Mattress Defense. Henry Davis, obviously his battery mate, always is. Spencer Horwitz, Brandon Lau on the right side of the Pirate infield. Nick Gonzalez at third. Connor Griffin at short. Jake Mangum is in left. O'Neill Cruz, Brian Reynolds, the other outfielders. You see Ryan O'Hearn. He's not out there defensively. He will DH. Marcel Ozuna sits again today. J.J. Weatherholt. Two for 5 RBI double last night. And check swing. That was a subject of debate last night. Those check swings. Brian O'Nora behind the plate. Weatherholt, 6 homers, 15 RBIs. He homered to tie the game opening night here in that series.
5 lefties and 4 righties in the lineup for Oliver Marmol and his Cards. So we'll see. We've seen Paul rely heavily on that changeup to the left-handers so far in the early going this season.
And a drive to right field on a 2-0 pitch, a no-doubter. J.J. Weatherholt crushes his second home run of this series. Back home in Pittsburgh, Weatherholt's 7th home run of the year. What a rookie season he's having.
You wonder if he got some good home cooking on this road trip, because he has swung a extremely hot bat. Let's see where this pitch ends up. A 4-seam and a 2-0 count, and he's all over it. Wow.
My gosh. Ball 1.
Yeah, no doubter.
I mean, he's been on everything. And now Ivan Herrera. This will get your attention.
He can get on a fastball. We saw him hit a double off of Bubba Chandler, an upper 90s fastball to left field yesterday to drive in a run.
Two and 1 on Ivan Herrera. J.J. Weatherholt, 2 hits last night. The RBI double in the 3rd inning. Scored 3 runs, on base 3 times Tuesday. And that 9th inning home run on Monday. Now it's the 3rd. That's a fair ball. Long throw and past Horwitz. Nick Gonzalez had to unload that in foul ground.
Yeah, this is a tough play. You know you got to get rid of it. Herrera doesn't run great, but that angle, you're not used to throwing from that angle on that side of third base. It's very rare you get balls that take you into the foul territory. And a lot of times when you get that ball and your momentum's going away from first base that far, the ball tails on you, and that's exactly what happened.
Alec Burleson at the plate.
Looks like that's going to go down as an E5.
Burleson homered last night, and he is 6 for 17 in his career against Skenes. Skenes, the only teams he's faced multiple times in his career and not had a win against: the Cardinals, Phillies, and Astros. 2 starts against Houston, 2 starts against Philly, and this is his 7th against the Cardinals. Burleson, the 6 hits against Skenes, most of any batter
Burleson's had a nice series here in Pittsburgh as well. A long home run to left center field in yesterday's game, and a long double, RBI double to left center field in game 2 of this series.
Change-up. Skenes brought the splinker back his last start. It was kind of on the back shelf for a time begin this year, but he brought it out. Very effective start his last time out, allowing just 1 hit in 7 innings against the Brewers in Milwaukee, and another foul off that splinker.
The one thing that the Cardinals have done historically over the course of the last 2+ years against Paul Skenes is have at bats like this, spoil pitches. They've run his pitch count up pretty good early in the game. And as you mentioned, a 2.48, I believe, ERA coming into this contest against the Cardinals, but they've made it tough on him. That's a nice sweeper right there for strike 3. But as we've seen with Paul Skenes, if something's not working, like you said, Gregory wants to add something in this next start, like the splinker. We're going to keep an eye on pitch usage after the first time through the order and see what he's leaning on today.
Jordan Walker. Right away, first inning. He's got to be absolutely certain that that's not a strike. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Now we questioned O'Neal Cruz first inning the other night doing it, and you have to question if you're Ali Marmol, Jordan Walker doing it here in the first inning. Unless you're 100% sure.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. So they lose one of their 2 challenges.
And from a hitter's vantage point, the toughest one to gauge is that breaking ball that's coming around the plate, whether you're lefty or righty, either at your front hip and coming back toward the plate, or that sinker coming back toward the plate.
Fly ball left field to the wall, and that's gone on a 2-1 sweeper. The Cardinals stunning Paul Skenes and the Pirates. For Walker, his 9th, and it is 3-0 Cardinals in the first.
Well, this is one of the younger rosters offensively in all of baseball. They clearly don't mind the 12:30 early start because they've gotten out the blocks extremely well. Right in that little notch out in left field.
Nick Gonzalez could use that last night, that distance. There's a breeze blowing out right now. Last night it was slightly blowing in. Really allowed Nathan Church to make that catch at the wall on the Gonzalez drive that would have won the game in the 9th. This time that breeze slightly was blowing out toward left, and Gorman an 0-2 count. Well, this is a fine how do you do.
Change up right there.
2 first inning home runs. Brandon Orr needs new baseballs. Error by Nick Gonzalez allowed Herrera to reach following the Weatherhold homer, and then the strikeout of Burleson. Walker launches his 9th home run of the year. strikeout. The second out of the inning. Skenes 32 strikeouts now in 30 innings of work. Fastball there, form seamer at 96 to Mason Wynn, who was 0 for 2 but walked a couple of times and stole a base last night. Walker, the home run.
I don't enjoy seeing other Walker number 18s hit home runs in this ballpark. I can tell you that. But he's a good young player. He's having a breakout season as well.
One ball, 2 strikes, a 26 pitch first inning. Two and 2. Leadoff home run, Weatherholt. 2-run homer, Walker. Oh, this is just so weird to watch. Paul Skenes struggle. There we go. He strikes him out. And that may be his best fastball of the day. A little bit of anger. 3-0 as the Pirates come to bat.
Well hit to right center. Michaels on the run, turns his back to the infield and bobbled it and then kicked it up into the stands for a home run. He bobbled it and flipped it into the stands.
You can see total desolation there after he realizes what he did. Oh no.
Unbelievable.
Reynolds backing up on this ball and misplays it.
Well, I don't know what happened to Reynolds there. He badly misjudged that ball. He moved back.
That's outstanding.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, Garrett. That's a lot of work.
Dobbins lost the bat and nearly took out Luis Ariza in the on-deck circle in so doing.
That's great. The umpire comes in, no catch, no catch. Camaro's like, sure I did. See? That's great. 22-year-old having fun.
Home runs in the first inning from J.J. Weatherholt and Jordan Walker. One of those runs was unearned off of Skenes' line. Lineup for the Pirates: O'Neill Cruz, Brandon Lau, and Brian Reynolds. And the cone is up across the way. Ryan O'Hearn, this series 4 for 12, is the DH. Nick Gonzalez, followed by Spencer Horwitz, Connor Griffin, Jake Mangum, and Henry Davis against Hunter Dobbins, who's making his Cardinals debut.
And the righty in Memphis, here's his number. 6 starts for him, 3-0 with a 4.37. Came over to the Cardinals and the Wilson Contreras trade with the Red Sox. And he's going to feature a 4-seam, as you see right there, 96. Sweeper, slider, changeup. Yeah.
Cruz 0 for 4, but did pick up an RBI with a ground out last night. homered on Tuesday. He's 9th, tied for 3rd in the home run department in the league, tied for 4th with 26 runs driven in. Takes the slider from Dobbins. Just catches the edge. Levin Furniture and Mattress strike zone.
One thing with a young starting pitcher, especially coming to a new organization, young guy, you want to do a good job early, forcing him into the zone. Don't chase if you can.
Well, there you go. Cruz takes your advice. Appeal down third base way. Lost Diaz.
I thought the Pirates could have done a little bit better job late in that game yesterday of not expanding the zone against Soriano.
3-2. Off his foot. Yeah, they certainly had opportunities late. The last 3 innings, in particular 7th and 8th, they had traffic every inning except the 2nd. Left 11 men on, 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Cruz still feeling it a little bit. Brian O'Nora buying him some time. O'Nora, Chris Segal, Eric Backus, Las Diaz, the umpires. And the veteran umpire asking O'Neill Cruz if he's ready, and whatever he said, got a chuckle from Cruz. 3-2. Driven deep. Man, foul.
Might have chased him out of there with the fastball. Let's see. A lot of times guys will go to the off speed when after something like that happens.
No, there you go. High fastball got him. Following the long foul, Dobbins, 26-year-old from Bryan, Texas. See the high fastball and gets the chase. Here's Brandon Lau.
Last 2 nights in the first inning, Brandon Lau hitting doubles. Yesterday hit one over Jordan Walker's head, just at the base of the Clemente wall.
One for 3 in last night's ball game. He was lifted for right-handed batting Nick York in the 7th inning last night when Cardinals called on lefty JoJo Romero, and that move paid off as York delivered a 2-run single. 2-2 now on Lau. Last year with Boston, first season in the major leagues for Dobbins, 4-2 in 13 appearances, 11 starts, 4.13 ERA, allowed 6 homers in 61 innings. Lifted to center. Scott, 2 outs. Defense saw Victor Scott the second in center field. Jordan Walker, Nathan Church his wingers. Nolan Gorman, Mason Wynn on the left side of the Cardinal infield. J.J. Weatherholt, Alec Burleson on the right, and Pedro Paez the catcher. 9 outs above average for the Cardinals collectively, 3rd best mark in the major leagues. They've historically been strong defenders This year, no exception. Brian Reynolds hitless in 4 trips last night. And that's going to go out of play.
Yeah, their defensive lineup has been almost the same through all 4 games. All 4 infielders have played all 4 games in this series, and only Scott in center field has not played all 4 games. Walker and right and Church and left. And Pajes has caught 3 of 4.
Curveball over for a strike.
Pretty good arsenal for the kid. Usually that first time through the order against a guy you've never faced before, you want to see what the fastball looks like, the movement, depth on the off-speed pitches. Reynolds see 2 curveballs, a fastball, and a slider so far. Has not seen a changeup.
Again, Dobbins from Bryan, Texas. About 100 miles northeast of Austin. Fastball 97. 2-2 on Reynolds. Reynolds just 2 for 11 on this homestand. Not a big strikeout guy. We talked about this last night. Cardinals pitching staff has struck out the fewest batters in baseball. Pirates pitchers on the flip side have struck out the 2nd most, behind only the Cleveland Guardians. And Dobbins last year 45 strikeouts in 61 innings, but he strikes out 2 of the 3 in the first inning.
2 up and 2 down. Here's Matt Olson. Olson swings and clubs one. High in the air to deep center field. Streaking way back to the wall and off the wall. That's a home run above the yellow line. Matt Olson gets us going with a homer to the deepest part of the yard. What a shot. Way up in the air to straightaway center, and it's 1-0 Braves.
That's got to feel good for Matt Olson, getting that goose egg out of his home run column, and there was no question that one was leaving the yard. That was absolutely crushed.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
And 1 pitch, 1 out. Mets have him 1st and 3rd. Little pop towards short. Mason's got it. Rocket to first, and they doubled him up. Bichette wandered too far off first, and Mason Wynn guns him out.
Mason Wynn caught it, threw a bullet to first base to double up Bo Bichette.
How about that?
A 6-3 double play, doubling up the batter Young and Bo Bichette, leaving Soto at 3rd.
Top of the 2nd this afternoon. First unobstructed views broadcast of the year. Pirates insider Jason Mackey joining Michael McHenry and Stephen Brill for a different view on the Bucks. That's going on right now over on our SNP Plus channel. There they are, breaking things down at the hub.
Boys got the hub back, didn't they?
They got the hub back, yeah.
They came at the
expense of the
Penguins,
yeah.
But boy, they battled.
What a game last night in Philly. Overtime, 1-0 Flyers. They advance. Church, Pajes, Scott here against Skenes. These 2 were teammates in high school for a time. Toro High School in California.
Probably some live BP somewhere sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
Between these 2, huh?
Church was a senior. Skenes was a sophomore when they played for the El Toro Charging Bulls in Southern California. That school has produced other big leaguers, including Nolan Arenado. Machado now with the Diamondbacks. Pirates will see him this upcoming road trip next week. Change up, good one. Well, he struck out 4. His last 4 outs.
Heavy changeup usage to the lefties so far. Halfway through a little over halfway through the first time through the order. Starting to become a trend.
Yeah, all 4 outs. And first pitch strike. And the good thing is, as we check out Penn West University educating you, this year, unlike last year, offense providing him a lot of support. 10.24 average runs of support this season. 3rd most among all big league pitchers. Only the Yankees' Will Warren and the Nationals' Cade Cavalli get more run support than Skenes this year. Last year, 3rd fewest in baseball. And that's going to drop in front of Reynolds, so Pages has an opposite field single.
Just a fastball that's sitting right in the middle of the plate. Kind of see Paul's reaction. Just a little off right now, Greg.
Yep.
He's one of the best at making adjustments in game, batter to batter, inning to inning.
Bunts back to Skenes. Scott advances Pages. There goes a sacrifice now with 2 outs. Pages in scoring position.
He obviously didn't want to bunt this back directly to Paul Skenes. That was one for a base hit with 1 out.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll hold off on that. Maybe the official score will see it that way. You don't have to give him a sacrifice.
I've always wondered why. I mean,
yeah, depending on the situation, but it seems automatic these days that the official scores just go ahead and drop a bunt down. Doesn't matter the situation, you get the sacrifice.
I don't like that.
J.J. Weatherholt. Leadoff home run. Takes the strike. It was a 2-0 pitch to start the ball game. It's 5 times now in Skenes' career that he's given up leadoff home runs to start ball games.
He got himself a 2-0 fastball first bat of the game and left no doubt about it.
Oh, 2. You know, Skenes is old school. I don't know how old school, but you know, back in the day, even before your time, he was going back to the Bob Walk, Steve Blass era. They talk about this a lot, Neil. That catcher challenge from Henry Davis. It's called a ball. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pittsburgh has 1 challenge.
Just missed.
Wow.
I was just going to say, though, that back in the day, that pitchers didn't take too kindly to guys, especially rookies, showing any, after a home run like that, admiration of the home run. They would, more often than not, way more often than not, they would know it the next time. That's a no-no. Still 2-2. I don't know if there are any pitchers when you played that would have taken exception to something like that. Maybe not. Garrett Cole gives me the impression that he would not have taken too kindly to it.
Yep. Yeah, they were a handful, and they were, you know, game was kind of shifting.
You remember when he and Gomez of the Brewers got in, just the way Gomez was running the bases.
Yep.
On a triple. Foul ground. And the base runner forgot how many outs there were.
2-2 the count. The pitch to Alvarez, hit in the air to deep left field. Forget it. This one sails into the second deck behind the 358 mark.
Alvarez follows up with a bomb. Oh my goodness, top tank. Santa Maria.
Did the classic swing and stare and take the slow trot up the line, a look into the dugout, flexing that bicep. That was a shot. Classic Alvarez bomb.
On the mound, the best starting ERA on the Reds belongs to Chase Burns.
And that says a lot. Last time out, 8 punch-outs.
Foul tip struck him out. 100 on the heater.
Then, of course, we all know what Chase Burns brings. The heat.
1-2. Swing and a miss. The century mark for Chase Burns.
Chase Burns dominating. Welcome to the Century Club, young man. And when Reggie walked on the field, he had one word. Clean.
Clean strikeout there as Burns gets Jake McCarthy.
Get ready, because here it comes. That elevated fastball at the top of the zone. Good finish, good ride, good night.
Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts for Burns.
A little extra mustard on this one. This is a fastball to the finish and the bark after the pitch, after the...
Famous celebrity there ever was graced PNC Park today for the first pitch. Yep, you guessed it right. That is Punxsutawney Phil himself. Now, he's too famous to actually throw the pitch, so he had one of his handlers, who very well-dressed men, if I do say so myself, throw it for him. A nice strike there for Phil, but it was great to have him at the ballpark. And I also think that O'Neill Cruz was getting in on the fun too with the little guys, so we'll get to some of that, but it was great to see him out here and everybody get to interact with him. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he'd be a little bit bigger, but they told me that he fluctuates throughout the season, so you know.
We all do.
He's slimming down, guys. He's slimming down for these warmer temperatures with Ryan O'Hearn popping out there for the first out of the bottom of the second. But look, O'Neill trying to fatten him up. See what I mean? He was a little. I'm not the only one that felt like he had to put on some
What's he
weight.
giving him there?
I don't know. One of his little snacks. He has special snacks. He had special security, special snacks. He also had special coins. Happy Groundhog's Day. This is the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club, so I am an official member now. This is an exclusive club, and that means.
Wait, how do you join?
Well, they just pick their favorites, bro.
Aha.
That's how that works.
Of course.
Of course. I was one of them when I was down here, you know, buttering up Phil. But that way that there is no more 6 more weeks of winter from what I've heard.
Well, maybe you can let us know how we can join that club.
Yeah, there's no more. No more 6 more weeks of winter. Next time. Next time. Now that I've got his little ear, I don't need this jacket at this point next year, he said.
Oh, next year.
Yeah,
okay.
next year.
Yeah.
Right now, there's nothing I can do about it. I didn't know him then. Wasn't in the club.
Over to right after the pop-up by O'Hearn. Gonzalez lines out to right. 2 away, brings up Horwitz. Yeah, February 2nd. We'll see you there. And Punxsutawney, he predicted 6 more weeks of winter, and he was spot on today. Of all days to have him help throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Dobbins, meantime, making his first start as a Cardinal. 5 up, 5 down. Here's Horwitz. Homered last night. And ball 1. Paul Skenes, Henry Davis. Two and 1. There's Weatherholt. And 6 up, 6 down for Hunter Dobbins. 3-0 St. Louis.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Bonds would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Pirates, the official source for your Pittsburgh Pirates gear. Paul Skenes fans watching the reigning Cy Young Award winner trying to buckle down here and shut down the Cardinals the rest of the way after giving up that 3 spot. Herrera reached on the air on Nick Gonzalez. Skenes struck out 4 in a row and gave up the hit to Paez before Scott sacrificed and Weatherholt popped out to end the second. Herrera, Burleson, Walker.
Let's see what adjustments are made the second time through the order for Paul, able to retire Weatherholt. Last inning, who was leading off, runner on second and 2 outs. He and Henry usually on the same page, do a good job of switching things up. There we go.
98. 5 strikeouts.
That's a good elevated fastball. As a hitter, that looks like it's going to be sitting right belt high and just keeps taking off.
He's not racked up a ton of strikeouts so far, and of course that comes with an asterisk with the 2/3 of an inning against the Mets, so he wasn't in there very long. See the pitch usage.
Change up.
Splinker.
Splitter usage much further up.
By the way, I asked, sorry, Neil.
Go ahead.
I asked Henry Davis about the word that it's a splitter more than a splinker, and asked him about this the other day. He said, no. He said, they're wrong. It's a splinker. Sometimes it may act differently, but he still throws it a combination sinker splitter. It usually has movement, in this case, away from a lefty hitter into the righties, down and in. Going the other way. Oh, diving stop. Connor Griffin to his feet. Oh, Horwitz can't come up with a pick, and it goes out of play. Burleson winds up at second base.
Oh, what a tremendous effort right here. Ball kicks off the left side of the mound. A strong throw, just a tough one hopper to first.
Single E6. Great stop. As it turns out, an error to allow the batter runner to go to second, and here's Jordan Walker. We're talking about what a good series it's been for first baseman picks, both the Cardinals and the Pirates. Yeah, good job, he says to Connor Griffin. Appreciates that effort. Fourth error for Connor Griffin.
good swing and misses at the top of the zone. Got to imagine he's going to go back to that a little bit more the second time through the order.
Two strikes. Change up missing in the dirt, 2-2. Skenes has now given up 3 home runs this season. And gave up a leadoff homer to Weatherholt, a 2-run homer to Walker. Left field, Mangum. 98. He's throwing a little bit harder maybe today now.
And we're quite sure if he was maybe easing into the first time through the order with the 4-seam. Maybe he's expecting to try to push that pitch count a little higher than we've seen from him. And those are the average velocities throughout there, so just a tick down.
4 of the 5 hardest fastballs of the game have been thrown this inning. By the way, Skenes once gave up 3 home runs in 1 inning. It was last year, May the 1st, against the Chicago Cubs in the 5th inning, gave up 3 homers. So this is the second time he's given up multiple homers in 1 inning. Struck out Gorman following the Walker homer.
It's feeling like this is going to be a grindy outing. Greg, last inning, was able to retire Weatherholt with a runner on second base. Cardinals, you got to give them credit. They've been putting pressure, not just Paul, but after basically the 8th inning of game 1.
Line to right field. Runner going to be waved. Reynolds throw it to the plate. It's going to get there in about 4 hops and another run. Nolan Gorman brings home Burleson from second. And it's 4-0.
Really good situational hitting. Gorman, another fastball in the heart of the plate. And with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, guys are going to shorten up and just try to barrel something up, and that's exactly what Gorman did, driving in the 4th run of the game.
Mason Wynn. Checking on Burleson. Adverse dive into home plate. Burleson.
Always a dangerous move. Sliding head first into home. Burleson actually runs pretty well for a bigger guy.
Oh, got slapped. Yeah, the glove. Oh, shot back to Skenes. The final out. Unearned run. 4-0.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, just when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance, but it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked, and that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way. Couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
No, this is the backstory. Okay,
Correct.
This is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please.
Tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it like give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
4-0 in favor of the Cardinals going to the bottom of the third inning on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Bottom of the third inning. Nothing going so far against Hunter Dobbins, and Connor Griffin leads things off, looking to get something started for this offense. Griffin 1 for 3, walk, stolen base, run scored last night. Slowly but surely that average OPS climbing for the 20-year-old rookie. It's his first PNC Park home run the other night. He's hit safely in 8 of his last 9 home games. Griffin, Mangum, Davis. Dobbins picks up his third strikeout.
He looks sharp. Like I said, always a challenge that first time you see a brand new pitcher. You're trying to calculate, calibrate everything he's got. But to that point, being down 4-0, you'd like to put a little more pressure on him in the early going.
Xfinity batting stats for Jake Mangum in that starting lineup this afternoon. Pinch hit in the 8th inning last night for Joey Bart, and hit that hard ground ball to Mason Wynn. Went as an error. Pirates picked up a run in the 8th, but fell 5-4 to the Cardinals. And a 1-ball 2-strike count now. Mangum starting in left field. Moving Reynolds to right. He started in left field on Tuesday, with Reynolds acting as the designated hitter. And that's all Mangum needs to do. A lot of infield hits, led the major leagues in infield hits collected last year with Tampa Bay.
This is one way to get things going. Swing and bunt. We've seen this from Mangum before this year. Runs so well, he knows if he can just put balls in play, he can put so much pressure on the defense like he did last night. And the ball misplayed up the middle by Mason Wynn.
And now Davis cannot hold up his swing. Started the first 2 games of the series 1 for 6. That's a double play ball. Wow. Hunter Dobbins has faced the minimum.
Franco is going to get at least a double. There's that tough corner. Throw coming in. It's way over. I don't know what happened. It might have hit the stands, and the Padres have scored a run on that play.
Watch this. He goes down, picks it up, and he gets a piece of paper between the ball and his fingers.
That's the weirdest play I've seen in forever.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Big Time Bats is releasing the Paul Skenes Cy Young collection with historic deep cut bats, chrome bats, and baseballs. Go to BigTimeBats.com. Skenes has given up 2 earned runs. A couple of miscues here behind him have proven costly. Nathan Church was a strikeout victim in the second.
The 2 runs, the 2 errors have led to 2 runs, along with the leadoff home run by Weatherholt, and then the 2-run homer after that error in the first inning for Jordan Walker. These Cardinals have made these Pirates pay with walks and errors throughout this series.
Ollie Marmol's club came in losers of 4 in a row on Monday. They've been swept by the Mariners at Busch Stadium, and they come in here with a chance for a 4-game sweep. Just gets a piece of it. Cardinals looking for a sweep of the Pirates would be their first since May of last year at Busch Stadium, and their first here in Pittsburgh since May of 2022. Last time they swept the Pirates in Pittsburgh in a 4-game series, July of 2019. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Paul Goldschmidt homered in all 4 games of that series. Ollie Marmol had his contract extended in spring training. A team that is in a rebuild under new president of baseball ops, Chaim Bloom, taking over for John Mozeliak. And catch made by Nick Gonzalez. Hannah has more.
Well, Brownie, when I was speaking with Ollie Marmol, as back at spring training, I mean, he's now the St. Louis Cardinals manager, but he was actually drafted by the Pirates in 2004. But of course, instead of playing with them and signing, he decided to play college baseball. Eventually, though, when he got drafted, ironically, it was by the St. Louis Cardinals. So during spring, I'm talking to him at Lecom and asking if he had any memories growing up and playing ball at Lecom. He joked saying it was a lot of over 4s and ground balls to third and getting thrown out by half step. He said he doesn't necessarily miss that side of the game one bit, but was glad he was able to revisit the park as a manager. He has other PA ties though, Brownie. I found out we kind of have some state college roots together, as he managed the state college Spikes in 2013 when they were part of the New York Penn League, won a championship there in 2014 with them.
I know who her favorite visiting manager is now.
I didn't say that.
Oh, come on.
Would have been better if he was a Pirate at one
Yeah.
point. Then maybe he would have had some Brownie points.
These Nittany Lions. Yeah, he was
Was
drafted by the Pirates.
Same draft class, correct?
Yeah.
2004?
There you go.
How about
yeah.
that?
22 years ago, Ollie Marmol and Neil Walker, the same draft class. Walker, selected in the first round by the Pirates out of Pine Ridgeland.
Brian Bixler, that draft class.
Marmol drafted out of Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando, Florida in 2004. And as Hannah said, he chose college, went to the College of Charleston in South Carolina. 2-1. 2-2 on Pajes. It's another strikeout. 6 punch-outs for him. 2 outs in the 4th.
75th pitch of the afternoon for Paul. He's getting a lot. Swing and misses up at that upper quadrant above the strike zone.
Skenes struck out 7 Brewers his last start in 7 innings. Skenes 61 career games coming into this one. 25-14 record, a 2.01 ERA, the lowest earned run average in the live ball era going back to 1920. And a pitcher's first 61 games of a career. But looking for that first win, the elusive first W against these Cardinals. Despite a 2.39 ERA and 6 career starts against the Redbirds. So they've pitched well against the Pirates on the other side. Whoever's been his mound opponent in the previous 6 starts. And today, wouldn't you know it, Hunter Dobbins, making his Cardinals debut, has faced the minimum through 3. It's another strikeout. 7 in 4 innings. Pirates going to see Dobbins for a second time coming up.
Matthews, who struck out looking his first time up. Matthews getting the start in left field tonight. Matthews hits it in the air pretty well to center. Going back on it is Rafaela at the wall, looking up. See you later! Bryce Matthews with his first long ball of the year, right by the Phillips 66 home run pump, and the Astros lead 4-0. That went 434 feet just to the left of straightaway center, and it was 111 miles an hour off Matthews' bat.
My security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted the famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Good idea from Phil. Punksy. Raise the cone, walk the plank.
Some good signs today.
Bucko baseball is better than a school day.
I think a lot of kids are here for Take Your Kid to Work Day, Greg.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Wow, 1 pitch and 1 out. Hunter Dobbins made 13 appearances, 11 starts. First 11 starts in the big leagues last year with the Boston Red Sox. They had drafted him in the 8th round out of Texas Tech 5 years ago. And Neil mentioned this, he was acquired in December in the Wilson Contreras deal. He actually made his debut against these Cardinals last season while with Boston. Spent a little bit of time in June on the injured list with a right elbow strain. And then against Brandon Lau's Tampa Bay Rays, he was covering first base on a ground ball and ended up tearing his right ACL and missed the rest of the year. So this is his first major league appearance since facing Brandon Lau and the Tampa Bay Rays July 11th of last year.
He's in complete control, Greg. Stuff's not jumping off the table, but he's mixing the four seam. We've seen a split, slider, and curveball, all very effectively to both the lefties and righties. Got to find a way to put some pressure on him. Get him out of the stretch. We've only had him in the stretch one time after that swing and bunt from Mangum.
Should be easy for Weatherholt. 2 ground balls to second. Reds are coming to town this weekend, starting Friday night and Saturday afternoon. It's a 4:05 game. First 20,000 fans will get one of these band T-shirts presented by your local Pittsburgh Hyundai dealers. Go to Pirates.com/tickets. Weekend against Cincy, the first place club in the Central.
You own any band T-shirts, Greg?
No, do you?
Back in the day?
Do you? Did you?
No.
Not a big fan?
No. I'll get you one of those.
Will you? Oh, you're going to get me one of this from Saturday? Yep. Drive to right field by Reynolds to the wall and off the top of the fence. A 2-out double for Reynolds.
Good swing right here from B-Ray. Just misses a homer by a couple feet. Hanging breaking ball. Finally a little chink in the armor from Dobbins. Would love to see that go out and get the Bucks on the board. Yeah, that's close.
Just the 3rd double for Reynolds. He's in scoring position for O'Hearn. Talk about the Pirate offense, and these are the moments where you need your big guys to produce. Behind 3-0. And green light, fouls it off.
3-0 swinging. O'Hearn has just been given such good professional at-bats day in and day out so far this season. He's handled lefties just fine. Handful of home runs.
He's aboard. First and second with 2 outs. First walk for Dobbins. And now Nick Gonzalez. One of the Pirates' best producers, not just the hitting streak, which is currently at 10 games, but in these crisp situations, runners in scoring position. Ball 1.
Yeah, Nick's been so good in these situations. Tends to do a good job. Look at that huge gap in left center field. Anything near there will almost certainly score O'Hearn from first base. It's the one. This is the one situation that the Pirates haven't been able to come through in this series, is multiple guys on base and finding a way to find some green grass or get an extra base hit.
3-0. pitch walk. And now we do see a little of a challenge. Wait, Don Kelly said, no way, it's too late. And the home plate umpire saying, no, the pitcher, Dobbins, challenged.
Challenging the ball call.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Ball's overturned.
So instead of a 4-pitch walk, it's a strike. Don Kelly bounced out of the dugout. I thought he was pointing to the pitcher. I don't know what he would have been.
I think the second base umpire was the one that did see it. Obviously, Brian O'Nora did not see it.
Yeah, he put his head down.
Yep.
There's ball 4. Now they're loaded for Horowitz.
As Horowitz in yesterday's game got the Bucks on the board. Now a big opportunity with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Finally a little bit of pressure on Dobbins. First runner we've had at third base.
One career grand slam. July 23rd of last year against the Tigers. A visit to the mound from the pitching coach Dusty Blake. Just a hit here. Dobbins, yeah, the first crack of the dam. Bases loaded, 2 outs, back-to-back walks after the Reynolds double. Reynolds now at third, the walk to O'Hearn, and Gonzalez, the free pass. Just a hit here, anything. Get this offense clicking. And he calls a challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Right away. Horowitz after the ball call.
Overturned.
0-1 to 1-0. One ball, no strikes. 2-0. That's not close. Dobbins appears to be maybe a little bit flustered.
This is when you really lock in. If you're Spencer Horowitz to a fastball in the middle part of the zone, you want to make sure you're on time of it. Use the big part of the field. He does a good job across the board using the big part of the field. Don't expand. You got to take a strike here. It's okay.
3-0. Dobbins becoming unspooled.
Well, now you're
for those sewing fans. Thank you, Adam Elmore.
Now you're almost automatically taking here after those 2 fastballs. Very unlikely he would get an off-speed pitch right here to try to get him back.
3-0 count. Walked him on 4. Pirates on the board. He's walked 3 in a row.
Well, big ABS challenge to start this at bat. Might have flipped the script a little bit as far as pitch usage and what he wanted to go to if he had gotten into an 0-1 count, but nonetheless, overturned. We're 1 hit away, possibly tying this game.
How about this? Connor Griffin, a 4-1 game. Out of play. Griffin struck out in the 2nd. Reynolds scoring on the bases loaded walk. O'Hearn, Gonzalez, Horowitz on the bases against Hunter Dobbins. Sounds like a character out of Harry Potter. Actually, there was a character. There was a Dobbin, a Hogwarts student in Harry Potter. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think it was Dubby.
Nickname Dobby, yes. but spelled D-O-B-B-I-N. 1-1. And the final out. At third, as Gorman races Gonzalez to the bag, and it's 4-1.
Dude, I'm gonna be McDowell. I'm grabbing onto one of Cecil's legs, holding on for dear life. If it gets any tougher, guarantee you Cecil's not going anyplace.
And Seiko, a towering pop-up. This ought to be interesting. It's coming back toward first base. Fielder can't get it.
This is actually maybe the first time that I recall they're going to call a game on the wind.
Well, they're going to stop it.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Beer, and more beer. Hey! It's like Ginga.
Broken bat for Freeland. Ball to second. Corner boots it. Everybody's safe. Whatever superstition you have, you're employing it right now.
Not sure why that was Barger's ball, and he misjudged it.
He literally has a shirt that says "Dump Here."
He's got a 62 shirt.
That's pretty awesome. That's just impressive preparation.
Nora talking to Don Kelly about that ABS challenge. Probably explaining that he had his head down, so one of his colleagues, the other umpires, told him, yeah, the catcher Pajes had put his hand on his helmet immediately. Weatherholt homered on a 2-0 pitch to lead off this ball game, and now it's 2-0 to start the fifth. 2 homers in the series. The Mars High School product out of WVU.
It's the third time through the order for the Cardinals.
Skenes retired the Cardinals in order in the bottom of the fourth and struck out 7. Grounded to right side, diving stop, but can't keep it in his glove. Horwitz. That'll be a base hit for Weatherholt.
Yeah, good effort. Let's see if Lau might have had a chance at this. They both probably would have dove, but tough ball for a first baseman. You go after this, and you know if you don't secure it. Yeah, it looked like Lau might have had a better chance at this one, but it's hard to communicate that going into that 4-hole. And once you commit to it as a first baseman, you either go after it or maybe you just pull your glove up and let it go and hope for the best. But that's a hard thing to do as a first baseman when you don't know exactly where that second baseman might be.
Weatherholt has 4 steals. Ivan Herrera chopped the ball to Nick Gonzalez, deep third. Gonzalez throw got past Horwitz. So Herrera reached on the air and was aboard when Walker homered in that first inning. Herrera is second in the National League in on-base percentage. In the National League, that's impressive.
Was that last night he walked 3 times or game 2?
It was game 2, I believe. He walked last night, was on base 3 times, but yeah, he walked 3 times and doubled on Tuesday. He came into the series riding a 9-game hitting streak. And he challenges.
Gotcha.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Let's see.
This is their, they only have 1 challenge left.
Now they have 0.
St. Louis has no more challenges.
That's a bummer for a guy like Honora who likes to ring up the batter.
Yeah.
You know, and then it gets delayed.
Well, he does have that little head drop.
Yeah, yes, riding a 9-game hitting streak. Yeah, right there, Neil.
He wants his moment.
Drops the head. Oh, Alec Burleson now. Season high 8 strikeouts for Skenes. Well, both teams have been busy challenging on the ABS with Brian Honora. Skenes has most strikeouts since September 10th last year when he struck out 8 Orioles in Baltimore. Yohan Ramirez is getting ready. Ball to strike on Burleson.
Almost swung right out of his helmet on this changeup. Watch.
Huh.
Spun it around like John Kruk.
Wild pitch. Weatherholt to second.
Just kind of pulled this way too much. Now that's every inning. Outside of the 4th, Cardinals have had an opportunity to score a runner from second base at least.
Skenes matches his pitch count high. 93, his last start, 7 innings in Milwaukee. Oh my goodness. And excuse me, RBI single to make it 5-1.
Oh, when it's going right, Greg, it's going right. After a wild pitch, a half swing with 2 strikes for Burleson. Look how far this is off the plate. You're not even trying to keep this fair whatsoever as a hitter when you go after one of these balls. You're just hoping to fight to live another day with a foul ball.
5 runs, 7 hits, 3 of the runs earned. Jordan Walker, the 2-run homer in the first. Oh, that got Honora. Ouch. Las Diaz, the crew chief, coming in to check on him.
Oh, yeah. Right where the foot meets the ankle, there's a soft spot in catcher's gear between the toe guard and the bottom of your catcher's gear. It looks like that's exactly where it got him. And I can tell you from experience that does not feel good. As you can see, Henry Davis's catcher's gear, there's that one spot.
It's exposed.
You think that you're completely covered. And the gear is so good these days, but
show goes on. Jordan Walker, 0-1 count. John Kelly wants to allow Skenes the opportunity to get 5 full in, and Pirates trying to rally in the bottom half of the inning. Only shot at a W. He's 4-1 on the year, but his afternoon is going to be shorter than he had hoped as he approaches 100 pitches. Six times last year in his starts, 32 starts, 6 times did he reach the 100 pitch mark.
You see that first inning hurt him from a pitch count perspective.
One, 2, 2-2. Last time he reached 100 pitches, August 24th last year in 7 shutout innings against the Colorado Rockies. Another foul. A frustrating day it is for Skenes and the Pirates. And these Cardinals have done a job, haven't they?
They've just been relentless.
Against Skenes in particular.
We're frustrated up here.
Yeah.
Imagine how they feel.
Another 2-2. Now he gets the strikeout. That's number 9. And now he faces Nolan Gorman.
The Splinker.
That strikeout presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Most strikeouts he's had since July 27th last year. He struck out 9 against the Diamondbacks. Can't challenge anymore. They're out of challenges. And very, very likely that this is Skenes' last batter of the day. Trying to give them 5 innings. Gonzalez on the first and picked. The final out. So Skenes goes 5, trails 5-1.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody can steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are tie cups.
These are tie cups.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say, one great play deserves another.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to getsnp360.com or scan the QR code. Log in with your provider and get direct access to live games plus all of the Pittsburgh sports content you love. Like Oliver Onion loving that race. And Pirates and Bucco fans not loving this at all, what's been going on here. Since the Cardinals came to town. Now Onion explaining how he won the race. 2-0 on Mangum.
Who do you think wins in a broadcaster's race? All 7 of us.
Oh, like a sprint?
You built for sprint?
I mean, I was years ago. Could run like a deer. I'm going to guess at you, probably, because you're.
Well, Caps is, we saw Caps. He was a little banged up.
Yeah,
recently.
Caps had the partial Achilles tear or something. I
think just from walking up steps or something. But
Cap's not built for speed.
No,
he's built for power.
KY, once he gets going.
KY, once he gets going, he could.
Joe might. Yeah, he might surprise some people. No,
in a marathon.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to say humbly that you and I are the ones that end up.
I think you're right.
I think you win. I don't think there's any doubt about that. You're just a couple years removed from your playing days, and you were a speedster on the bases.
Well, we'll continue this conversation when other broadcasters are in the booth too.
1 ball, 1 strike on Henry Davis. Oh my gosh. Well, if you include Brault and McHenry, I think Brault wins.
Yeah.
Well, it's between you and Brault.
This ex-pitchers especially.
Well, Brault was also an outfielder.
Yeah, he can move.
Well, what the Pirates need, base runners, no matter how fast any of them can run. And if we include like part-time guys.
Yep, Alex Presley.
Yeah.
He probably is the hands-down winner.
1 and 2. Mangum creeping off the bag. The Pirates have collected 2 hits, the 1 run, a bases loaded walk, and Justin Brule is getting ready probably for Cruz. Although we talked about that the other day, it's not automatic that you bring a lefty in anymore against Cruz. There's a pitch, looks like that Pajes would like to have challenged, but he can't. They're out of challenges, so instead of strike 3, it's ball 2 on Davis. There's strike 3. Number 4 for Dobbins. Now here's a message for Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Nobody sells Lazy Boy for less than Levin.
Yep. Marmol going to let Dobbins face Cruz.
He's only had 73 pitches. Obviously his first start this season at the major league level.
Looking for some kind of a spark here. One ball, 1 strike. The offense, despite out-hitting the Cardinals in each of the first 3 games of the series, they've lost each game. 2-1. Shut out by the Brewers to start this losing streak on Sunday, 5-0. The Pirates were 2 hit on Sunday in Milwaukee, but lost 4-2 on Monday despite out hitting the Cardinals 8-6. That's not close. Pirates lost 11-7 Tuesday night, out hit the Redbirds 13-12. Last night out hit them 9-6, lost 5-4.
Let's see if O'Neill Cruz gets a pitch in the zone right here. If he's able to take advantage of it. Dobbins knows it's probably his last hitter. He did.
Wow. Splitter got a chase.
Wow. A well executed 3-1 split.
3-2 the count. Well, he walks. He walked last night. And then they pinch hit for Lau when they brought in the lefty Jojo Romero. See if Marmol makes the move here. And we'll see then if Don Kelly doesn't go to the pinch hitter once again. Ali Marmol going to make the change. Bring in Justin Brule. We'll see if Don Kelly doesn't go to Nick York. The Pirates have 2 men on with 1 out and trailing 5-1 in the 5th inning. Hunter Dobbins is done.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
It's a good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it.
Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field just because I held this batter, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need
You're
it
not
back?
gonna get back?
Okay, you can continue talking.
And you're just going to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, "Black it."
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for Miggy. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Leaves with 2 on, 1 out in the 5th inning, so he goes 4 1/3, walks 5, but leaves leading 5-1. And here is Justin Brule.
17th game for him, 15 1/3. Seen him once in this series, 7 strikeouts through 11 walks.
This is interesting, Neil, because on Tuesday, with Justin Brule on the mound, the Pirates pinch hit Brandon Lau for Nick York. And Nick York struck out looking. Last night, they pinch hit York in the 7th inning against lefty Jojo Romero, and he delivered a 2-run single.
And you have to assume that they're banking on potentially his spot getting at least 1, if not 2 more bats in this game if it goes to the bottom of the 9th. So that's probably the hesitancy from Don Kelly. Let's see if he can put himself a good at bat together.
Lau 1 for 2 against Brule in the past. Bouncy ball foul. I think also, wouldn't you suspect that it also depends on what the arsenal is from the lefty, like in terms of whether you decide to pinch hit for Lau?
Probably, yeah.
It seems like those big breaking balls from these lefties against Lau have been
the higher velocity, wipeout type of slider guys, I've noticed he's had a little bit more trouble with in the softer tossing. Brule not a very hard thrower.
There's a sweeper. This is what he offers here.
Sinker sweeper. Basically, that's what Lau's going to see, those top 2 pitches. Sinkers in, sweepers away. So he doesn't throw much harder than 92, 93.
Two balls, 2 strikes. But again, the decision today, and as you said, Neil, because you figure Lau's going to bat, that position's going to come up again for sure. Today, they keep Lau in the game. It's just the 5th inning. Faces Brule when on Tuesday night it was the 8th inning. And York batted for Lau against Brule, and York struck out looking.
Well, the only other lefty that he can face out of that pen is Jojo Romero, who was lifted for in last night's game. No other lefties down in the bullpen for Cardinals.
these decisions that the manager makes. And always done to try and put these players in the best position to succeed for the team. They've got all the numbers, all the analytics. And a fly ball to deep right center. And Cruz is going to give it a shot. Good job, O'Neill Cruz, to also advance behind Mangum.
Aggressive base running. Now a single could potentially score 2 runs. Boy, Brandon Loud just missed this ball. Watch Cruz get back, and usually right here you'll at least go a third of the way as hard as you can, and maybe if you can read the throw just a little bit, it helps you make your decision whether you continue to go.
Reynolds walked against Brule on Tuesday. He doubled his last time up against the starter Dobbins off the wall and right as a lefty hitter. Now switches over. Justin Brule was with the Pirates briefly a couple years ago. Former Dodger. One ball, one strike pitch. 2-1. Two outs. Going back to the idea about the big guys coming through. Reynolds certainly, Pirates relying on him, and a guy like O'Hearn on deck. Comes up empty on the sweeper. 2-2 count. Reynolds hitting .222 this year as a righty hitter. Oh, 3-2. OPS from this right side of the plate for Reynolds is at 738. 3-2 count. To left field, over by the line, drops in, fair ball, stays in play. B-Ray, a 2-run double. It's 5-3. That's coming through.
Oh, B-Ray grinds out this at bat. He gets rewarded. Keeps this sweeper fair down the left field line. And we got some life now. Big swing of the bat.
His third and fourth doubles of the season today in back-to-back at-bats. Scoring Mangum and Cruz, and now O'Hearn. Well, didn't challenge. Pirates have one challenge left. Two. Gordon Graceffo. Marmol would likely go to him if O'Hearn can extend this inning. How about that last second decision, Neil, to stay alive?
A la Joey Votto right here.
Yeah,
huh?
That's a good call. That's a Votto move, yeah. Tuck the hands in.
Let's fight for another pitch.
even O'Hearn gets a chuckle. Another 0-2 from Brule. O'Hearn's batting .323 against lefty pitchers this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-run double for Reynolds. O'Hearn had an RBI single off Brule on Tuesday. Single to right. Rolls this to second. Weatherholt on to first. 5-3. Bucks trail it by 2.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yeah.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at this shot.
Little Darren Baker was standing very close behind home plate.
Darren Baker, who's only 3 years old.
And JT Snow picked him up and carried him out of there.
Thank goodness that JT Snow was aware. That was amazing.
It is 5-3. Cardinals go to the 6th inning at PNC Park, and this Pirates pitching change is presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Johan, his 14th game of the season, 18 2/3, just under a 2 ERA. Just over a strikeout an inning. He's in the zone, he's very effective.
Scoreless 9th inning for Ramirez last night. Struck out a couple. Gave up a double to Weatherholt. Checking in there with Chris Segal, the first base umpire. Ryan Honora said, did he go? 1 ball, 1 strike. Wynn has struck out and lined back to Skenes. Skenes went 5, gave up 3 earned. Season high 102 pitches for Skenes, and his season ERA at 2.91. Ramirez takes care of the first batter he faces. Here comes Nathan Church. And our Hyundai clutch play came last night. Nick Gonzalez at the plate. Just about everybody in the ballpark thought it was gone, including Ali Marmol, the manager. The pitcher said, Riley O'Brien, he thought it was gone. You see by his expression. Nick Gonzalez thought he got it good. And there was a home run in 27 ballparks out of the 30, but not here, PNC Park. Strike called on Church.
Not at this time of year, right?
Yeah.
Greg, I mean,
yep.
I tend to believe if it was about 8+ degrees warmer, that ball would have found the seats easily. That little notch out there proved to be the difference.
1-2. Johan Ramirez facing Nathan Church, no relation to former Pirate Ryan Church. And that'll be scooped by Horowitz. 2 up and 2 down for Johan Ramirez. Pirates trailing 5-3. Plenty of action in the big leagues today. The Reds are winning at home to the Rockies 4-2. That game's in the 7th. Cincy come to town tomorrow night. Pirates will be wearing their City Connect unis tomorrow night. They were beaten 13-2 last night by the Rockies. Paul Skenes, Braxton Ashcraft in the dugout talking. Mitch Keller will go tomorrow night. There he is. Ashcraft will pitch Sunday in the finale of the homestand. Saturday, it's Carmen Majinski against the Reds. There's Majinski in front of Keller. But still time. It feels like it's really late in this ball game. It's only the 6th inning.
Yeah, you're right.
Now Henry Davis going to talk things over here. An 0-2 count on Pajes. Brewers are leading the Diamondbacks 3-0. They're in the bottom of the 7th in Milwaukee. Brandon Woodruff left that game with some kind of injury in the 2nd inning. That would be huge, of course, for the Brew Crew, who came in today with a record of 15-14. The Pirates at 16-15. The Reds leading the division by a half game over the Cubs. These Cardinals 2 back. Oh, 2 count. No chance, and he is lucky that Pajes is not at second base. No chance to get the out.
Yeah, even with the slow-footed Pajes hitting this ball, when it ends up in that spot, nobody's got a chance.
Neil, just curious, do other infielders, if you're playing third base there, for example, do you like yell like no?
Yeah, 100%. And sometimes you listen.
Sometimes you listen, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
You'd normally be yelling, "Eat it."
Yeah. Just he had no chance. Infield hit for Pajes. Victor Scott now.
Almost took off right there. Saw him in the Mariners series do the same thing, kind of try to time up, and he had it. He just didn't keep going.
The challenge.
Catcher's challenge.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Henry Davis, as he had blocked or dropped the pitch, went to recover the ball in front of the plate, and as he's doing it, he's got his hand on his helmet. Watch him challenge as he's going after the ball. Right there. One and 2 on Scott. Ramirez trying to focus on Scott. You got to get him. J.J. Weatherholt on deck. And Scott, despite hitting a mistake pitch off of Ashcraft on Tuesday, really struggling at the plate. Fly ball right near the line. Out of play. Souvenir time. Victor Scott batting 184 when the day began. He's dropped down a sacrifice bunt, even though he's bunting for a hit, and struck out in the fourth. Currently the average at 182. Ground ball to second. That's Lau to Griffin. Well done, Ramirez. Time to go to work with the bat. Spot of the sixth, down 2.
Deep left center. Kittle turning around. Goodbye, home run. No, it hit the roof. It hit the roof and came back in. He may have an inside the park home run. No, they're going to hold him. They can't. He went through the sign. Fisk has got him. There's one for the books.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Pirates Baseball on SNP is presented by AHN, official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates, and by Barrel Automotive, driven to be better. It's a Dollar Dog Day. Some folks dress the part and go bananas about it. Nick Gonzalez, new pitcher. Gordon Graceffo.
13th game for Graceffo. 1.13 ERA. Lots of ground balls. Got to get him up in the zone.
He faced 4 batters on Tuesday, and he got all 4 to ground out. In fact, he got Spencer Horwitz to hit into an inning-ending double play, and then Connor Griffin, Jake Mangum, and Henry Davis all grounded out against Graceffo. Justin Brule goes 2/3 of an inning. He gives up the 2-run double. Those runs charged to the starter, Hunter Dobbins. Ten-game hitting streak for Nick Gonzalez. He's lined out to right and walked. After that slider from Graceffo. Oh, got a piece of him. He's on. Leadoff base runner. Neil mentioned this a lot last night about these walks coming back to haunt in this series. In general, it happens.
Yeah, and a walk to Mangum to start off last inning. He came around to score, as well as Cruz, who walked as well. So let's hope this trend continues.
pop-up. Weatherholt. Enter for a chance to win dinner and a movie night at PNC Park, courtesy of Giant Eagle. This once-in-a-lifetime experience lets you and 3 guests enjoy a meal catered by Market District and watch Captain America, the First Avenger, on the scoreboard here at PNC Park. Enter at pirates.com/Giant Eagle now through May 25th.
Like that movie night.
We had time called over at first base. Gonzalez tying up those laces. Griffin has struck out and bounced into a fielder's choice to end the 4th inning.
Let's see if Griffin can get something elevated right here as you see Mason Montgomery getting ready in the bullpen for the Pirates.
Griffin, one of the batters that Graceffo faced the other night and grounded out. See if he learned anything.
2-0 slider.
Two and two. Leadoff walk. And now a 2-2 count after the pop-up by Horwitz. Jake Mangum on deck. Just 3 hits for Pittsburgh. Pretty decent lead there for Gonzalez. Two and two on Connor Griffin. And he goes down swinging on that slider. 2 outs brings up Mangum.
That one didn't have a ton of depth to it, as you see the reaction from Griffin. He knows. Just missed that one.
Graceffo's done great work against lefty batters this year. They're just 1 for 23 against him. 0.43 average. He's out in front, 0-2. Leadoff walk, pop-up strikeout. Mangum reached on an infield hit in the 3rd inning and walked to start the 5th. Scored when Reynolds doubled. Five runs, 8 hits for the Cardinals. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Pirates. And Weekly hit to 3rd. And well done by Gorman to get Mangum. Pirates still down 2.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody can steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are tie cups.
These are tie cups.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say, one great play deserves another.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Batting third, number 5, George Brett.
I've never seen this before. Look at this. Not just the Royals with the respect, but the Rangers as well. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit! George Brett singles in his last at-bat. Wow. Way to go, George.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
It is 5-3 St. Louis. J.J. Weatherholt going to lead off. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. How about his series? 6 hits. And in this ballpark where he grew up watching the Pirates.
All over.
Yeah.
He's a really, really good young hitter. Highly touted.
They talked about him being drafted out of WVU, but great bat skills he has. You can certainly see it. He faces Mason Montgomery.
There's his numbers, 14th game for him, 12 and a third, and 22 strikeouts. Really good rate right there. Check out the life on that fastball. We mentioned in last night's game the over-the-top angle from Montgomery. When it's down in the zone, it kind of darts down, but when it's up like that, it almost just takes off, especially at the velocity, upper 90s.
Now we talked about the starter for the Cardinals last night, Andre Palante, tied for the 4th highest arm angle among right-handers in baseball. Montgomery has the highest arm angle in all of baseball among lefties, 60 degrees. Palante 58 degrees, Montgomery 60. And he walks Weatherholt. Weatherholt all over the place in this series.
This is a potential sack bunt situation or potential steal opportunity at some point during this at bat for Weatherholt. This is when you want to push the envelope if you're the road team, winning by 2.
Pretty well toward left center, and Cruz calls off Mangum. It does appear that Cruz has gotten more confident.
I would agree with that.
And also be more decisive, demonstrative, taking control. Ball's in the gap. Tony Beasley continues to work with him, outfield coach.
Well, the one thing I've really liked is, your decisions throwing where to throw the ball. Sometimes that can be a challenge for guys that haven't been in the outfield for a while, or haven't been out in the outfield forever. Is, if a ball's hit to your left, or your right, or right at you, what's the speed of the base runner? What are the chances they're going to try to go first or third? And he's made very good decisions out there so far this season. On top of, as you said, looking confident going to his left, right, and back.
Checking Beasley. It's where he wants him to play. Beasley says, move over a couple steps toward left center. Right there. And now telling Reynolds. Cruz helping Reynolds out. Move over a couple steps to your right.
Yeah, Burleson's hit what feels like 5 or 6 balls in that left center field gap.
Runner goes. And it's popped up. And it's Cruz again. Not that that mattered all that much because it was so high in the air, but you see he did hit the ball toward left center as Beasley had asked him to move over.
B's been around a long time.
Leadoff walk and 2 flyouts to center. Jordan Walker at the plate. Pirates will have their 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up in the bottom of this 7th inning. Weatherholt had taken off on a pitch. And Montgomery throws over there. 4 steals for Weatherholt. Sharply hit at third. Flipping over to second base. Gonzalez to Lau. 7th inning stretch time. Down a pair.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo.
Hey now, baseball.
MLB, para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Here's Marte, who singled his last time up.
Well, there's a swing and a drive, and there it goes. Insurance run, second deck.
Just a matter of time before he's going to catch one of those in the lightning quick hands that could tell Marte strike again.
Their 3rd home run tonight. He hit it 110 miles an hour off the bat.
That's all? I mean, a laser to the second deck.
Boy, that thing is smoke.
Oh, and it was so loud off his bat.
The 5th of the year for Cattell.
Welcome back to PNC Park. Earlier we saw that kids were choosing coming to the Pirates game instead of school. Well, you're looking at a big group there. That's from Greater Latrobe High School. That's the members of the student council that I was actually a part of when I was in high school, and I got to take them around to Sportsnet today and show them our broadcast studio. They got to ask a lot of good questions and hear all about how we make this broadcast possible, Brownie. So welcoming them into PNC Park. It's been great to have them here.
My gosh, Penn State, Latrobe. Anything else we can do for you, Hannah?
Hey, I gave you guys a lot of nice compliments today. They said it seems like our broadcasters have a really good relationship, you know, and all the, it really comes across on the TV. And I said, oh yeah, those guys are the best. So careful what you say over there, Greg Brown.
We do a nice job faking it, don't we, Hannah Mears?
Fake it till you make it. You know what they say.
The Hannah Mears fan club on hand from Latrobe.
Maybe I need to get my own coins.
Yes.
Like Phil has.
That's right.
Start handing those out. Hannah Mears fan club.
I'll have a 20 for you for all these nice things you're saying after the game.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be waiting for it.
Yeah. 0-2 on Henry Davis. Down 2 runs here in the 7th inning. Trying to come back. As the Cardinals scored 3 in the first. Skenes gave up 2 homers in that first inning. Another in the 3rd, another in the 5th. It's fouled off. And by the way, bad news in that the official score has changed the error on Nick Gonzalez. It's bad news for Skenes because another earned run tacked onto his line. So instead of 3 earned, it's 4 in 5 innings. His season ERA up to 3.18. Jojo Romero may be getting ready for Cruz. Certainly Lau.
Saw Romero in last night's game.
Interesting, they waited until Cruz. They let Cruz face the righty Stanek before bringing on Romero. Discussing that right now. One ball, two strikes on Davis. Trying to grind through this at bat, find a way to get on. Davis continues to struggle offensively. Both really, Davis and Bart. Although Bart had 2 hits last night. Henry Davis with 2 hits in his last 20 at bats. Facing Graceffo. Graceffo got him to ground out on Tuesday night, and he'll ground out here. For the first out in the bottom of the 7th. Talk about Graceffo being a ground ball machine like several of these Cardinals pitchers. And this time, Marmol is going to go to Romero. Now.
So these is MLB Network talent stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network.
Hey now, baseball fans!
Want pitch-by-pitch MLB action, clutch moments, and reactions? Then hit that subscribe button right now on ClutchCast US. Don't
Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
One out, nobody on, bottom of the 7th, down 2, and he faces JoJo Romero. It's interesting again that this time Ollie Marmol goes to Romero to face Cruz, who by the way is 3 for 6 in his career with a home run versus Romero.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Greg. You didn't do it. Oliver Marmol didn't do it last time through the order with the lefty Brule against O'Neill Cruz, and now he does decide to do it with JoJo Romero.
And ball 1. And Don Kellerby faced with that decision again here. Allow. One ball, one strike on Cruz. 1-2. Cruz batting .351 against left-handers. Just gets a piece of that sweeper from the veteran lefty JoJo Romero.
Greg, I'd probably venture to say if O'Neill Cruz isn't standing on second base or third base, you're probably going to see Lau hit. Because again, decent chance if this game does go to the bottom of the ninth, he comes up again, and it's going to be a righty that he would be facing.
Yeah, that's the other part of these decisions. You know, you lift Lau now, then you don't have him for at least the ninth inning, if not the eighth. Should that come up again, but very likely he'd bat again. And we'll find out. Strike 3 called. And Neil, suspicion is correct. Lau will bat. Lau 1 for 4 in the past against Romero with a home run. And there's that sweeper. Lau with 4 hits and 32 at bats against left-handed pitching this season. That's a 125 average. It'll be Isaac Mattson for the Pirates in the top of the 8th. Lau trying to get Reynolds to the plate here. And a drive to right field. Brandon Lau, pow! Take that, left-hander. Brandon Lau hits his 8th, makes it a 1-run game.
Oh, and Lau gets a fastball in the inner half, and he does not miss it after a couple spoiled off-speed pitches. And the creep to tie this game or take the lead, it continues for the Pirates.
How about that? Lau can look silly against certain breaking balls, but there he jumps on that fastball. 416 feet. And it's a 1-run ball game. Second longest home run by a Pirate at PNC Park this year. Marcelo Zuna's home run traveled 423 feet. This one from Lau, 416. Two and one. Brandon Lau.
That's where left-handed hitters like the ball, regardless of a lefty or righty pitcher.
That home run brought to you by UPMC. Inner half, and you could see that Pajes wanted that pitch up, Neil.
Yep.
And Romero missed it. Lau didn't. 416. Eighth home run for Lau. It's his second this season off a left-handed pitcher. 2 strikes now. Well,
challenging.
Reynolds thought it was a ball. Boy, he's hoping. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and it's a strike.
Pittsburgh has no more challenges.
He draws the walk, and that brings O'Hearn to the plate. One of the themes of this series, and all year, of course, any year, that walks come back to haunt you. Free passes, free bases. The Cardinals took advantage. An error on Connor Griffin earlier to score an unearned run.
And on a positive note for the Pirates pitchers, they've only had one walk today.
That is a positive. Paul Skenes, consecutive batters faced without a walk, continues. '71 consecutive batters without allowing a walk is the longest streak actively in Major League Baseball. Paul Skenes. 1 ball, 1 strike. One-run ball game. The home run by Lau. O'Hearn swings and misses, or a foul tip held on to, and don't get low, get Lau.
They're loaded now for Langoliers.
2 grand slams in his career. Crack to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go. And Langoliers has a grand slam. Shea's 3rd home run of the series is a grand slam. And they have blown this game wide open.
And in grand fashion.
Shea Langoliers can do no wrong right now.
It's the great mascot race. Here we go. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go. The crowd is going wild. It's the home stretch. Who will win? It's the play at the plate. It's Screech. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Scoreboard Pirates Baseball is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Brandon Lau's 8th home run of the season gets the Bucks to within 1. You know, Pirates second baseman last year had a total all year of 8 homers, and Lau by himself has hit 8 so far. Isaac Mattson takes over, trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. Strike despite Henry Davis not able to hang on to it.
Mattson's number, 17th game, 16 innings, 6 holds, and an ERA just over 1.
One ball, 1 strike. Second time Mattson has pitched in this series. Takes a ball, does Gorman, 2-1. Gorman had an RBI single off of Skenes in the 3rd inning, a 2-out base hit to right that gave the Cardinals a 4-0 lead. And he lines one into center field.
This ball was smoked. A lot of times with Mattson, hitters are going to be looking for the ball up and kind of give up on that ball down, but if you do stay on that ball down, it kind of rises back into your barrel a little bit more. But visually, it's hard to talk yourself into that, because when you see his pitches down, they tend to look way down and usually end up in a better spot. It looks like Oliver Marmol wants to try to play for that 1 run. Kind of surprised that he didn't attempt to get that down, since it was right down the middle and a fastball, but
see if he keeps it on here.
Oh, interesting.
Pirates were convinced he was not. They kept Gonzalez back. One ball, 1 strike on Mason Wynn. Madsen appearing in his team-leading 17th game. That's tied for the league lead in appearances with Cardinal lefty Justin Brule, who also made his 17th appearance of the season today. Coming on and right. Oh my! Reynolds lost it apparently in the lights of all things and fires to third. Oh no. Double whammy. Lost it in the lights and throws to third, allowing Wynn to go to second base.
Yeah, with the overcast day, there's a couple spots for left fielders and right fielders that the ball will go in those lights. They must have just turned those on. And this ball just went directly in those lights. And unfortunately, he picks it up, and instead of trying to just throw it right into second base, he throws it all the way to third.
He's charged with an error, which you don't see very often.
It's essentially the same as a sun ball, no?
Yeah, and a drive to right center field by Nathan Church, deep. And it's off the fence. One run in. Cruz hesitates before throwing it, finally does, and now it's dropped by Horowitz. Don't know if he would have had a chance anyway, but for some reason Cruz delayed getting the ball in, and it ends up being a 2-run double and 7-4 Cardinals.
The Cardinals just continuing to capitalize on mistakes from the Pirates. And outside of that Jordan Walker home in the first inning, this one hurts, if not more, equally, if not more.
HN Super Bowl that close to a home run. 7-4 Cardinals. Pajes 2 for 3.
Look, it hits that little bump out too. Very fortuitous if the Pirates were to come back and he were to not score. Well, Marmol deciding not to bunt right there with Mason Wynn, even though it was a ball that is typically caught, has turned into 2 runs.
Well, what a scenario here in the 8th inning. Gorman the line single to center field, and then Wynn a fly ball that is Reynolds was tracking but lost it in the lights in an afternoon game. But as Neil said, because of the overcast, they've got the lights on here. Rarely do you see that, if ever, in the afternoon. And then throws to third, runner goes to second. It goes as an error on the right fielder. Church nearly homers. For some reason Cruz doesn't get the ball in quickly. Now that'll be the first out, and it's 7-4 Cardinals. And the lights on. Victor Scott. Cardinals have now collected 11 hits. Madsen, as we said, leading the league in appearances. It's a bullpen that has been working a bunch. When your starters don't give you a lot of deep games, and then of course you use a bullpen game Monday, that happens. He tries to keep it now a 3-run deficit. seeing the ball well. Normally deceptive Mattson. Full count. Today, Paul Skenes only goes 5 innings. 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. Struck out 9. Johan Ramirez faced 4 batters in the 6th. Montgomery, 4 batters in the 7th. And now 2 men on base for J.J. Weatherholt. The walk to Scott. And Weatherholt is working on a win presented by the Home Depot. 2 for 3 solo home run. 2 for 5 RBI double last night. The home run on Monday. Scored 3 runs on Tuesday. Homer to lead off the ball game on a 2-0 pitch. Fouled out his second time up and reached on an infield hit in the 5th. Spencer Horwitz made a diving attempt to his right, and the ball came out of his glove, went for a base hit. And Weatherholt walked against Montgomery to lead off last inning. And now it's 2 balls and no strikes. And with 1 out, Mattson and the Pirates trying to keep the Cardinals within their sights. Chris Davinsky made his Pirate debut, the veteran, last night. And Ryan Stanek looks like he's going to be coming on in the bottom of the 8th. Talked about all of the walks he's allowed this season, and that led to the Pirates coming back last night, scoring a couple runs against him. Line to center field. Cruz is there. Weatherholt lines it to center for the 2nd out.
Hard hit ball from Weatherholt. As you see O'Neal Cruz in the background there playing toward that left center field gap. Fortunately, else it could have been trouble.
It's 101 miles an hour off the bat.
I saw that.
And now Ivan Herrera. His base hit in the 1st was an infield single, initially ruled an error on Nick Gonzalez. One and one.
Well, ever since that 9th inning of Game 1, Greg, the Cardinals have just done a really good job of getting leads and adding on and continuing to add on. 3 runs in the 1st today, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, and now 2 in the 8th. That's what you have to do, especially a team like the Cardinals, who at least to this point in the season haven't pitched all that well. Putting constant pressure on the opposing pitchers and defense and being opportunistic have led to where we are right now. Cardinals have just done a much better job in this series than the Pirates.
Two. Oh, it's just foul. Next pitch will be the 30th of this outing for Isaac Mattson, and twice this season he's had outings where he's had to throw at least 30 pitches, and so this will certainly put him out of tomorrow's game. That's the whole thing. It's the effect it has, not just one game, but 2-3 games in a series in a homestand.
Yeah.
You use these relievers time and time again. The impact. And now it's 3-2, and he's just on fumes.
And you don't, to your point, you don't want to see Mattson throw 34, 35 pitches at all, but you certainly don't want to lose him for game one of another division series starting tomorrow here at PNC Park.
That got a piece of the home plate umpire. Looked like 3-2 the count, and this will be the last batter for Mattson. Hopefully this inning ends after this pitch. Burleson on deck. Runners go. Ball 4. They're loaded. And again, just bears repeating. Understand what Mattson's trying to do. Give it all he's got. But he and Justin Brule, the Cardinals, have been in more games than any other pitchers in the league. So Burleson will face Davinsky.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
CB Buckner entertaining the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Chopper off the plate. That's a fair ball. Foul. Foul ball.
Why is that a foul ball?
Oh, that's why.
Oh, my. The awkward look at the play continues. He is going to be a dead duck.
What a slide.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves. I'm also representing like where I came from. And in the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me. And we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool.
The Reds is going to be on Apple TV, but on Saturday afternoon, we're back on SNP for the second game of the series. Our coverage for that one starts at 3 p.m. Mitch Keller tomorrow night. I have it for you on the Pirates Radio Network, as always. Hopefully, Pirates end their losing streak today, but going to need a lot of work as Davinsky enters with the bases loaded. There was a change-up strike to Burleson.
Through 2/3 of an inning last night. Got a strikeout.
Out in front of Burleson. He got Burleson to ground out in the 7th inning last night. Ooh, 1-2. Davinsky, 35-year-old veteran.
Ooh.
One and two. Into right center field and a base hit. Scores 2 more on a 1-2 pitch, a changeup, and Alec Burleson might have just iced this one. 9-4.
Just been pure torture, Greg.
Yep.
This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts, as I mentioned, since the top of the 9th in the first game of this series. This young Cardinals team has just continued to find ways to put pressure on the Pirates.
That's roped into left field. 10-4. My goodness. Those runs are all charged to Matson, by the way. They changed it back to a hit, not an error on Reynolds, the light ball. Got caught up in the lights.
We've seen Jordan Walker do this 3 times this series with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. He ready to hit a pitch and pull it to left field.
Gorman started the inning with a base hit to center. Ten runs, 14 hits for the Cardinals. 4 runs, 4 hits for the Pirates. dugout. They're Billy Cook and Brian Reynolds, Chris Truby there.
You almost think there should be some sort of marker out there in the grass, Greg, for the left fielder and right fielder for
stay away from this area.
The danger zone on a. You know, of course, the ball has to be hit at the perfect trajectory to get in the lights, but
how rare it is, Neil, to see it in an afternoon game.
It's rare. Ryan Stanek's going to enter this game. Saw him last night. You see the walks, it's 12 walks in 12 innings. You were thinking to yourself, if this were a 5-4 game and you would be coming in and potentially having control issues, that could be a recipe for success. Now you got a lot of work to do.
Obviously, Neil, if the Pirates had a challenge, they would have used it there. They've got none left.
Get over, get up.
And Gonzalez is retired, as he knew that pitch from Stanek, that second pitch, because he watched this. Not close, but no challenges left. None left.
All right, Spencer. Set it up for Connor now.
Horwitz walked with the bases loaded in the 4th inning. A 6-run lead for the Cardinals. 5 outs away from handing the Pirates their 5th straight loss, and that ball nicely done by Jordan Walker. It looked like it might drop by the line. He went a long way. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, he did go a long way. Look where he's at, all the way in